Introducing Uber Teen Accounts, an Uber account for your teen with always-on enhanced safety features. Your teen can request a ride when you can't take them. You'll get real-time notifications along the way. Your teen can feel a sense of independence. You can follow their entire route on a live tracking map. Your teen will get assigned the top-rated drivers.
Thank you.
You will get peace of mind. Add your teen to your Uber account today. Available in select locations. See app for details.
The legends are true. Overwhelming power!
The sauce of destiny.
Yes! The most legendary sauce has arrived as McDonald's transforms into the anime world of WickDonald's. The greatest flavors unite in all new savory chili McDonald's sauce to make your 10-piece Wick Nuggets, fries, and Sprite ultra-powerful. Unlock manga comics with every meal and sit down for a new anime short every week only at WickDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, go!
At participating McDonald's for a limited time while supplies last.
Hey, it's Bobby Bones. Okay, picture this. It's Friday afternoon when this thought hits you. Okay, I can spend another weekend doing the same old whatever, or I can hop into my all-new Hyundai Santa Fe and hit the road. With available H-Track all-wheel drive and 3-row seating, the whole family can head deep into the wild. Conquer the weekend in the all-new Hyundai Santa Fe. Visit HyundaiUSA.com or call 562-314-4603 for more details. Hyundai, there's joy in every journey. 2024 Santa Fe available early 2024.
Hi, listeners. Welcome back. I'm Nedra Glover-Tawwab, and you need to hear this. I often wonder in our lives, when do we notice we need a new type of friend? What am I talking about here? There are times when we are experiencing something new, and it's an indication that we need something a little bit different. Maybe we need more support. Maybe we've moved to a new place and the people in the old place aren't visiting. You know, all sorts of reasons. We might need more people. For some of us, when we see that there is something missing, we go directly to, oh my gosh, I have to end this friendship. I often wonder, is there a way to bridge the gap without ending? Or do we have to let people know, like, hey, you're not meeting my needs anymore. I need another you and another person. Or is this an opportunity to bring more people in? We often can overwork our support systems. I've certainly been in a position where, you know, I'm one of 3, right? Like being one of 3 friends is a lot. It can be much more helpful sometimes for us to just bring more people in, to pause our friendships and not end them. And sometimes we have to let people go. Let's listen to a bit of today's letter, and you'll get my feedback on what we should do with some of these friendships. Let's go.
Hello, all. I have recently been going through a lot of life changes. Earlier this year, I found out my husband had a mistress while I was pregnant with our second child. Well, he left our home to live with his mistress a month before our baby was born. During his absence, a friend from the past came back to my life to support me through this grief. I also have a friend who I consider a sister who I've known for 20 years now. She's also been with me during good and bad times. I honestly cannot say anything bad about her. Throughout the years, I met a few other friends through her, one which I considered a really good friend. We called each other besties.
I love a good sisterhood. There are some friends who feel like, you know, sisters. It's this thing, like there's this deep connection. There is some inner knowing. We can sit in the same space and be quiet. I love a good, me too. Like when you're talking about stuff, like, I love a good sisterhood. Now back to your letter. Our friendships are so important, especially when we're going through really tough things. And it sounds like you have at least 2 people who you're in this experience with. You know, this is especially important in the process of you having your second child. Like, you know, you have more on your plate and you've had this thing in your relationship. So of course, you're looking at your friends like, come on, family, get in here, take care of me, love on me. And sometimes when we're going through stuff and one person or one thing is not going in the direction that we may like, it's like, get rid of it, discard it, what is going on? And I often wonder, is that the best time for me to make a decision? It's like going to the grocery store hungry, right? Like, is this the best time for me to pick out every meal for the week? Because what often happens is we have like things that don't match. And so sometimes where we're in a crisis, it's not decision-making time. It's like recovery, rest, grief, but certainly not, let me make all these other new life decisions. I think picking a diaper brand is enough in a season with a new child. I don't know if like disconfiguring your friendships is, the space that we want to be in or making these really heavy decisions. But I don't know. Let's keep listening.
When all this happened with my husband, I feel like she really didn't check up on me. We just lived like half a mile away from each other. I would be the one to look for her to set up a play date because we have daughters the same age. I asked her if she would be able to take my daughter with hers to the park when I would recover from childbirth. She said yes, but never did. I asked if it would be possible for her to pick me up from the hospital, and she would say that she would be working. After my baby was born, she tried to come a couple of weeks after he was born, but he was hospitalized at that time. She then tried to come when he was 1 month old, but he had bad colic, and I was already stressed enough, so I canceled. After that, she did not call until he was 2 months old, and she met the baby then. I really expected a lot from her since we are besties. Mind you, I do not have sisters or close family I can trust, and she knows this. I guess I came to realize that she's not the friend I thought she would be.
Sometimes our expectations are clear, and other times we assume people should know, like, I don't have any family. You're supposed to be my family. Where was that clearly stated? Before this baby was born, was there some sort of, okay, so when I have this baby, these are your duties, this will be your role? Or is it like this person should do these things because I would need those things? I'm hearing a little something on both sides. Like, she tried, you weren't available. You tried, she wasn't available. And sometimes those sort of glitches happen in adulthood. Like, we don't have as much time. We do have work. We do have family obligations. And so, things like this happen sometimes where we're just missing each other, even if, there's something really important happening. I can think of certainly times where it's like, oh my gosh, I want to celebrate this person, but I'm out of town. What do you do? How do we recover from lapses in communication or contact without discarding the friendship completely? Because it sounds like this bestie had something there before this sort of happened. And although this is a really big time in your life, I also wonder what's going on in this other person's life. We have a tendency to assume that what's happening to me is the thing that's happening in the world, when in actuality, it's the thing that's happening to you, which is your world. But in this other person's life, they may have some stuff going on, and I don't know what that is. It sounds like you all haven't connected and caught up to maybe find out what's happening. But, I would assume that there is something there because there has been some love and connection. And to say, oh my gosh, this person doesn't love me, doesn't want to be connected to me anymore, or this friendship is like under attack because of this stuff. It's like, maybe not. Is there something there that we can salvage? I have reflected on many of the friendships that I have lost over the years. Sometimes, it's mutual. It's like you don't call that person doesn't call you. It's like this dwindling of contact. And it's like, okay, cool. I don't want to talk to nobody, right? Or it's like an event happens and you're like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this person did this thing. Or, maybe they ghost you, or maybe you ghost them. Like, there are all sorts of ways that we step away from friendships. However, what I'm hearing here is it's just a lot of missed contact. there hasn't really been any stepping away as much as there has been life lived on both sides. And the time needed for a friendship has not been top of mind for, I would say either of you, because you have your things going on and perhaps this friend does as well. Let's pause listening and we're going to take a quick break.
Tired of multiple due dates, varying interest rates, or just the number of credit card bills you're juggling? A credit card balance transfer might be the right fit for you. And when you open a new Skyla Credit Union Visa Platinum or Platinum Rewards credit card, you'll unlock 0% APR for the first 12 months and no balance transfer fee, giving you more time to knock down your balance without accruing additional interest. Start your credit card balance transfer today. Learn more at skylacu.com/iHeart. APR equals annual percentage rate. Federally insured by NCUA.
Introducing Uber Teen Accounts. If you have a teenager, you probably drive them around a lot. Maybe you're even driving them right now. New Uber Teen Accounts are a parent-supervised Uber account with always-on safety features that let your teen request a ride when you can't take them yourself. Your teen gets to ride with a highly rated driver, and you get to follow along with real-time notifications and live trip tracking in your Uber app. Add your teen to your Uber account today. Available in select locations. See app for details.
The legends are true. Overwhelming power!
The sauce of destiny.
Yes! The most legendary sauce has arrived as McDonald's transforms into the anime world of WickDonald's. The greatest flavors unite in all new savory chili McDonald's sauce to make your 10-piece Wick Nuggets, fries, and Sprite ultra-powerful. Unlock manga comics with every meal and sit down for a new anime short every week only at WickDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, go!
At participating McDonald's for a limited time while supplies last.
We're back. Let's get back into our letter.
She's only there for the good times. While I was recovering from childbirth, she was out and about living her best life, going out to bars and getting drunk. Meanwhile, I'm at home dealing with all these emotions, needing a friend who I can vent to. So after her visit, we kept talking, and I tried to set up a play date once again, and she canceled on me at the last minute. This is not her first time doing this. She does it frequently if she finds something better to do. Ever since then, I noticed she's been distancing herself from me. She does not message me anymore, and honestly, I'm hurt. And I feel like I shouldn't be the one looking for her. And that's where we're at now. No communication.
What happens in our friendships when we're in different stages of life? Maybe we are in a phase of really mothering our children. Maybe we're in a partnership phase and somebody's in a partying phase, right? Like, how does that impact our friendships? I remember when I was, maybe 19 or 20, I had a few friends who started to have babies and our friendships changed, right? Like the things we could do together, it shifted as it should have, right? Like, I went from, hanging out and partying with these people to being like, all right, we're going to Babies R Us, girl. Like, what time is the party? I'll come blow up balloons. Like, it really shifted, but we have to be intentional about those connections. And even, those friends showing up for me, there were different things in my life where it's like, wow, they're not experiencing being able to travel freely or being able, so sometimes in our friendships, we see that as like, oh, I can't be friends with this person anymore. They're in a different life phase. What we can remember is that in the circle of life, things may come back around, right? And so right now, this friend may be in this living her best life party mode, and maybe you might be there in 3 years, or maybe she'll be where you are. And, if she's a good person, could this be a time to transition the friendship into maybe, a close connection, but not someone you speak to all the time? Maybe this is not your everyday friend anymore, the person who takes your kids to the park. Maybe there's a new person who's needed, or maybe it's someone who already exists that could fill that role. And right now, this friendship is, we see each other when we see each other. And we'll see how that goes. And, maybe we can come back together and have this closeness that we've always had. But for right now, it sounds like we're in two different spaces, and that's okay. When I had friends who were, having babies, I stopped inviting them to some things, right? Because it's like, don't you got to get up in the morning? I felt awkward even saying to them, I felt like, in some ways, I'm like, this is immature. And not immature for my age, but immature for the space that you're in with your life. I may be in a phase of, I do want to have a more upbeat existence, and people do go through things, but I'm not necessarily going through a thing. So what do I want the energy around me to feel like? And I think we get that from other people. Like sometimes, I am the person who I notice like, oh my gosh, I keep talking about this same problem to this person. And I've asked people like, are you tired of hearing about this family issue? I don't want to wear out my resources. And some people are so great about listening. And then there are other people who you just start to notice this shift of they're spending more time away from you. They're not answering their phone as much. They are changing the topic, or they're responding, but it's very short. It's like, okay, yeah, no, don't do that again. So you start to notice like, wow, energetically, they're over this topic. Like, this is on my mind all the time, all these things I have going on, but they're like, I just want to talk about something really light. And I think we look at those people as like, oh my gosh, they're so mean. I can't believe they don't want to listen to me, or they don't want to be there for me. And we really need to think about, are we overwhelming our support system? Is this a time where I need to find a therapist to listen to this stuff? I need like 8 more friends. So I could just call one and then get off the phone with her and call the other one and then call him. And, maybe you need to really unload on this topic. But if you're doing it with one person, they may not say it's a lot, but they may behaviorally say that it's a lot, right? And so perhaps keep the friendship and build some other ones. Perhaps this is a space to be more intentional about asking questions and not assuming. We assume that someone is living their best life because they're going out to bars and getting drunk, but they could be depressed. That could be their symptom of depression. Maybe she's not using her phone as much because she's going to bed at 6 p.m. There's a lot of assumption when people are doing or not doing something. And we think, this person is just having a time of their life. And I've looked back at pictures and be like, I was so sad on that picture. I had just came from the bathroom crying, so we will assume, this is, they're having a phenomenal time, but we don't know that. And so sometimes just asking the question of, I'm noticing these shifts in our friendship. Is there something going on with you, or is there something going on with us? You need to hear this. There are times when we don't need to end a relationship, but we do need to step back. The times when we need to step back might include times where we're noticing like an energetic shift in the relationship, like no major offense or trauma has happened in the relationship, but we're in a different space in life. And it doesn't mean that, there's anything wrong with this person, or we need to, have a formal conversation about ending it, but it can be mutual. It could be, I'm noticing these changes in this person, and, perhaps this is not a time for us. Maybe next month, maybe next year, but not today. Fill in the gaps. Relying on people who are demonstrating, hey, this is not the space I'm in. This is not what I want right now. It's heartbreaking. And it's something that many of us will do because we want this person to be something else. Acceptance looks like building a community, nurturing your village with people who want to be there. You Need to Hear This is an iHeart production hosted by me, Nedra Glover-Tawwab. Our executive producer is Joelle Monique. Our senior producer and editor is Mia Dawn Taylor. Send us a voice memo with your questions about boundaries and relationships at youneedtohearthis at iheartmedia.com. Please be sure to rate our show wherever you listen to it and share this episode with someone who needs to hear this. Talk to you next time.
Ready to see what your money can do? Skyla Credit Union's Platinum Rewards Credit Card will earn you 2 times the rewards on all purchases from now until March 31st. Plus, you can earn 10,000 bonus points when you spend $1,000 in the first 3 months. That's on top of earning double rewards points for every dollar spent, earning you even more rewards. Take advantage of this limited time offer at skylacu.com/iHeart. Qualifications apply. Rate subject to change. Insured by NCUA.
Did you know that most salads travel over 2,000 miles to reach your plate? But not with 80 Acres Farms. Their crisp salad greens and herbs are food less traveled, going from farm to store in days, not weeks. They stay fresher for longer in your fridge. My salad lasts all week long, which means less food waste and easy meal planning. Oh, and did I mention there's no need to wash these greens? Because 80 Acres Farms uses 0 pesticides. Visit 80acresfarms.com to learn more and find their salads and salad kits at your local Harris Teeter.
This podcast is brought to you by Natrol. Rise and shine, feeling more like rise and wine? Get your sleep together with Natrol melatonin gummies and conquer your mornings so you can conquer your goals. Natrol melatonin helps reset your sleep cycle. They are made with clean ingredients and help you fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and wake up rested and ready to conquer the day. Shop now at natrol.com. This product helps with occasional sleeplessness. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease.